Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. I am Gigi of GGmadeit.com. You know, the knitter, the blogger, the yarn hoe, the iconic orange lady, Shelby's mama, Granny's gunner, the orange goddess. Hello. I'm coming to you guys. I'm going to give you an update on my cowl. I'm excited about that. I'll show you the project on my poncho, and I have some news. I don't think I shared this with you guys. And then I just want to know how you guys doing. You ready? Let's go. I got I got.
That's my favorite play song. Maria was like, "You just want to go to Wegmans. Mind you,
You gotta dance. Go ahead, keep going.
But we can't see him. Come on in here, see her mail, cause you know you want to see her mail, cause she got.
Okay, so let's start out with the cowl. It has officially been a week yesterday that it started, and it's over 800, close to 900 members on my Ravelry group. Shocked. Was so excited. So the progress pictures of the ponchos in all the different colors is just making my heart so very happy. Making my heart so very happy in a time where we really need it. I am excuse me. Well, first, I woke up and realized that I fell asleep with my Maker's Keep on, which had my cable needle on it. The second one, and now they're both missing. I'm sure I'm going to turn over and it's going to poke me in the butt. It's in my bed somewhere, I'm sure. But it's been that kind of that kind of time. I am on repeat. Yeah, I'll do it this way so you guys can see the texture. I'm on repeat 7 now, I believe. Let's see. Yes, I'm on repeat number 7. And I am loving how this is working up. I had to pull out once because I was trying to be live and work on cables at the same time. FYI, I wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it because although what I like to refer to as the business only takes place over 38 stitches, you got a lot going on. You're doing, depending on how far into the repeat you are, you're doing a bobble, you're doing a couple different cable twists, so you really got to pay attention, because if not, yeah, you should have been going left and you go right, and yeah, so I had to pull out a couple rows, but we good to go. I am going to sit tonight and work it out some more. So I see somebody asked me about, was I alternating the skeins, and I see why they're saying it now that I'm doing this, because it's a little lighter here and it's darker up here. But you know my philosophy, it's a fade from orange to more damn orange. So I'm fine with that. But that's one of the things where I always say that I'm not a real knitter, because it took somebody else bringing that to my attention, alternating skeins and the why behind it. And I have quite a few projects that is quite obvious that I don't alternate skeins. But whatever. Whatevs. I'm loving it. But this is the first time that I held it up like this. And I guess the light is better and I can see that the two, you could definitely see where I changed skeins right there. It's okay. More orange for me. But so in the comments, tell me that, do you guys alternate skeins when you're doing, when you're utilizing hand-dyed yarn? Do you alternate skeins? Because I usually don't. I'm a rebel. Just like I don't swatch. Don't tell Nancy Richie that. Well, so wait, no, when I did her top, I did swatch. And who else? Coco Knits always fusses at me about swatching. I did swatch for her the sweaters that I made. I didn't swatch for the Tallulah, but the Franca and what's the name of it? Lizzie, I absolutely swatched for. And I didn't swatch for this, but I took a swatch and I'm right on. I'm dead on. I need to be 4.5 inches per inch. I'm right there. And that is using the recommended needle size, which is a US 7. And this is worsted weight. And I'm loving the material. I'm loving the piece of material. I think this, at this weight, is a perfect transition piece. Especially if you live in the Northeast, because it was 60 degrees or higher yesterday and it's wet snow falling out the sky today. So this is one of the reasons I love a poncho, because like I said in the fashion show, I'm a woman of a certain age, so power surges, I need to be able to take it off quickly, put it back on, because right, my temperature gauge is off. My internal temperature gauge don't work. So yeah, so I'm excited about this and I'm taking my time. I'm not flying through it, because I want to be in the midst of making it while everyone else is making it, so that the questions are real time, if that makes sense. I'm in it, I'm doing it. I can truly understand what their question is for and truly see where it is, you know, what section of the pattern that is. So I'm totally enjoying it. And I think I was live. If you watched my live last week, you know that this Gigi Loves Orange is sold out. But I believe I heard a little birdie was chirp in my ear that it was headed to the warehouse. So if you were looking to get you some Gigi Loves Orange, the Mad Tosh colorway on the Vintage Tosh, keep an eye on the websites. They should be back shortly. You can order it. It just tells you that it's not shipping out until late March. So you're basically pre-ordering. So if you still want it, you can still place the order. It just won't get shipped out. But I think I just told insider information. But it is headed to the warehouse, the Jimmy Bean warehouse. So yeah, you should. Because right now, if you go on Jimmy Bean's website, it says 0 available. But that should change soon. Don't say I ain't never told you nothing. So that is the poncho. And so this one's going to be short this week, guys, because I haven't had much mail. I want to say anything that I've gotten in the mail, I have shared with you guys already. I believe. I think so. So let's talk about, I have some news. You want to hear about news? Let's talk about news. So there are quite a few of you that have often said to me, Gigi, you should write a book. There's always in the comments. Just about every upload I do, someone writes, you should write a book. You're a great storyteller, blah, blah, blah. Little known secret. Well, not a secret, but a little known fact about me is I've always had a diary or a journal or a planner. I've always been a writer. That has just always been my thing. And I believe it's because I'm an only child and I had to entertain myself. So, you know, back when I was little, you know, we used to have pen pals. I was that person. I had like 3 or 4 pen pals that I wrote letters to, and I still love a good card. I still will pop a card in the mail for someone. I just think there's power behind that written word. So I've always written for me. I never thought that my words were good enough to actually write. That don't even make sense. But at any rate, that's that whole watch your mouth, me not giving me enough credit. Because I will go back and read something that I wrote, and I'll be like, I wrote that? Where did words come from? So, the watch your mouth got to be my big cheerleader. But anyway, I said all that to say, because your girl has her first paid article that's has been published in a magazine that will be released this week on the 26th. So I am super excited to share with you guys that. Can you see that there? It says contributors, and you see that right there? Who that is? Who that is? That's me. So Making Magazines is a magazine out of the UK. This is their spring 2020, and this is issue number 3, I believe. Yes, this is issue number 3. So, much like all of your, I'm not going to say much like, what I find that's different about this, not only do they have some fabulous patterns in here, it's not solely about the patterns. There are some really decent articles in here. So, I'm loving that. So, to kind of give you an idea, you have designs by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, and then contributions by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's saying to me there's approximately 7 articles in here on top of patterns, guys. So, you know, a little bit of both, not just a book full of patterns, although there's nothing wrong with that. There are some lovely patterns in here. I want to tell you. You got everything. You got sweaters. You have socks, cardigans, pullovers, texture. You guys know I love texture. And there's wraps or shawls, if you will. So it's a little bit of something in here for everybody. And again, the magazine is called Making Stories. You can purchase them, order from them online, or you can see if there's any stockists in your area. So on their website, makingstories.com, it's www.making-stories.com. You can find their stockists, right? But the reason that I'm excited is because your girl wrote an article, and my article is titled Sustainable Growth, How I Am Making It in a Space Where I Am the Minority. So, give it a read, see if if you're looking for some good patterns. Like I said, there's some good patterns in there, but I'm so freaking proud. I'm so proud, guys. I'm so proud. So very proud. And I really like the way they laid it out. I even like the fact that they pulled out a quote from my article. And the quote says, "There is no need to compare myself to or try to be like anyone else. They came and they keep coming for me." And I said that because, what I've learned in this journey, this GGmadeit journey, is that, and I've said this before, I'm finding that people come back, they love my knitting, don't get me wrong, love my orange. Even those that don't like orange will say to me, "You're trying to convert me." but more than the orange and more than the knitting, they're coming for me, right? And I find the more that I give of me, the more people keep coming. Like every time, you guys remember, I was so, power surge. Excuse me, guys. Power surge, power surge. Woo! You guys remember how excited I was when I finally hit 10K followers, right? And then Shelby dancing when I hit 20K, right? Each milestone, me, that little girl who still didn't have confidence in herself, felt like, okay, this is my space. This is where I am. 20K is it. This is where I'm going to sit. The numbers are going to die off. Folks are going to get tired of orange. Folks are going to get tired of me. But it's just been the opposite. Like, I don't even pay the numbers any attention anymore. And I'll be scrolling and just looking on my feed for something, usually going backwards to try to find something. And it's usually my baby. She'll be like, Mommy, you know you had 30,000? And I'm like, what? You know, because again, if I have to give any testament to my growth, is the fact that I'm just me, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just me, whether it's the happy me, it's the sad me, it's the frustrated me, it's the hurt me, it's me, right? And the times that we're sitting in right now, right? I don't know that any of us would have ever imagined that we would be where we are today with these shelter-in-place mandates in all of these states and this virus just running rampant, right? What am I doing to get through? Knitting, right? What's been keeping me sane and keeping my smile in place? The community. The same community that, if you let some folks say it, the diversity and the inclusion conversation would have separated us. Au contraire, right? Au contraire. Because if you have been paying attention, so many things have been canceled, right? So many things have been canceled. So if you know, you've been following me, you know, this week I should have been packing and preparing to go to Montreal for Knit City. That was postponed until July, right? The weekend after, the first weekend in April, I was supposed to be going to Dallas for DFW. That's been canceled. And when you're a vendor, right, and you have been preparing for these shows, and now for them to be canceled, you have all this inventory and no money, right? So instead of panicking, a lot of the vendors are now having virtual trunk shows, if you will. And what I love about the community is because the community is rallying around and everybody's shopping. Everybody's ordering the yarn that they would have purchased had they been to Knit City or had they got an opportunity to go to DFW. And what was the other one? Yarn Con in Chicago. There's so many different things. Stitches United in Connecticut, right? You have all these vendors that are up in limbo because they were preparing to go to these shows and sell this merchandise. And, life happened. And when I tell you, watching everybody have virtual knit nights, everybody having, their virtual trunk shows, and everybody sharing, and other dyers, like Adela just, her bar is so high, you have to do somersaults to try to get up there. You need a running jump start to get as high as she is. But the fact that she's always so willing to send her customers to other dyers. Like folks right now, I had a couple people coming to me trying to get the kit that she has for Casapinka's latest design, the olive pink. And the lady was like, can you help me? Like, I keep trying to get this kit and it's always, the link doesn't work. I said, no, it's not that the link doesn't work. It's sold out. She says, oh, okay, well, I'll wait. I said, don't wait. You can buy from Adela another time, but there's so many other vendors out here, yarn dyers, indie dyers that need your help, right? So that's been so rewarding to me in this time. The part that annoys me, I think, is why does it take for us to have a pandemic for people to just be nice, just be kind, right? It's always, we got to get to rock bottom before everybody wants to, help out their neighbor. Although I saw I saw a meme said, like a good neighbor, stay over there. So, you gotta laugh to keep from crying. I'm not one that's usually easily panicked and will go into the panic. It's just me and Shelby here, so I don't stockpile tissue. And when I realized it was a thing, I'm like, is the cure in the tissue? Why is everybody buying tissue? I don't understand. So, we were finally able to get some tissue and get some paper towel and, grab some things at the food store. But if I had to say I was a little anxious about anything when they keep saying they were going to, shut everything down, I didn't have a lot of non-perishable things, right? And every time I went to the store, you would think it was Armageddon. I'm like, what is happening? I don't understand. There's enough food for everybody if we just stop hoarding it. So I'm so very happy that the stores have limits on things now because they're going to restock. Once you, unless you're running a small army, I don't understand what you're going to do with all of that food and where you're putting it, especially the perishable stuff. What are you doing with all those eggs and all that milk? So you have people that can't buy it if that's what they need. I don't get that. At any rate, we were able to, this weekend, go to Wegmans, and a little bit more expensive. I'll admit that. However, they were fully stocked, and anything that I thought I wanted, it was there. Even the stuff that I didn't think that I was going to shop for, if that's what I wanted, it was there. Outside of the cleaning products, and I am not going to get on this cleaning products things again because I just want to say people are nasty. If you had to hoard stuff right now, what was you doing before? Clorox wipes are on my weekly shopping list every week. Why we got to tell grown folks to wash their hands? Listen, the way I was raised, you couldn't say hi to my mother without her saying, wash your hands. Don't walk in her kitchen. Did you wash your hands? Don't leave out of her kitchen. Did you wash your hands? You come in the house. Go in there and take them clothes off smelling like outside. Take a bath. Listen, that's just how I was raised. So I don't understand the craze with the washing of the hands. But people, please, if washing of the hands was not your thing, please wash your hands. If not for yourself, for the next man, wash your hands. And that's the other thing about this particular thing as I filter my intake of the news, because that's another thing that's annoying me right now. And that's what I call the what's the right word? Irresponsible sharing of information, right? People there's already a panic out there. People are afraid, right? So if you're going to share responsibly. Click on that link first. Read the article. Is it coming from a reputable source? Do people realize you can scroll to the bottom and it'll say this is a satire site, meaning this is a joke. They got jokes for days, right? So be careful when you share stuff, because you have somebody that might be new to the internet and might feel like just because it's on Facebook, it's true. And that is so far from the truth. So in that first week or so, I spent so much time. That is not true. Stop shit. I was just, So, yeah. I filter my intake. I had to turn my TV off and just turn it on every so often to get what's going on, because the panic, it's easy to get caught up in the mob. And I'm trying my best not to do that. So how are you guys? What's going on with you guys? Are you... is your state requiring you guys to stay home? I know a lot of people have to work from home now. If you have school age kids, I'm praying for you. I've listened to some of the parents. They're going crazy with their kids. So I bet you're going to get that teacher a really nice gift this year, aren't you? Because even you don't want to deal with your kid all day, every day, right? So it's been... interesting to watch people's reactions. Like I said, I really feel better once we were able to go shop. But outside of that, I am so big on controlling the controllables, right? I sent a post out, and it said alt control delete, right? And it says, wait, where's my thing so I can read exactly what I wrote? Hold, guys. Okay, control alt delete. You know what you do on the computer if you want to reset? Control alt delete. So control the controllables, alter your thoughts and or your reactions, and delete all negativity, right? That's something that you can be control of. And what I went into further, right? I said control the controllable. Number one, wash your hands. Seriously, guys, that shouldn't even have to be a conversation. Stay home if that's what they're saying that you can do. You can work from home. Do that, because at this point, it's not about you. There's so many people that are walking around that are being tested positive, but they have no symptoms. So if you don't have a reason to go get tested, you don't feel different, but you are a walking time bomb, like seriously, stay home. Get what you need from the grocery store. If you can't, ask about the restock schedule. There's no reason to panic, to try to fight folks and argue with people in the store. Just get some information. When are your days restocked? When do you open? When is the best chance for me to get these things that I need? Do that. Finish or start a project, right? Have or participate in the virtual gatherings that I've been talking about. There's been so many virtual knit nights. Adele and I go live every night on Instagram at 8 o'clock. If you want to get a chuckle, come see that, because we clown all for a good hour, almost 2 hours each night. The second part is alter your thoughts and or your reactions. Think, can do, right? Don't have a doomsday attitude. Have a can do attitude. We will get through this. We will get through this. We might lose some in the battle, but we will get through this. You got to have a can-do attitude, right? Don't panic, prepare. Don't panic, prepare. Check and see. You know, we're on week 2 at this point. Check your cabinet. See what you have. See what you need. Don't overbuy. Buy what you need. Does that make sense? Don't be bored. Create, organize, or learn something new. Knit, crochet, sew, weave, read a book. Binge that movie, that show you wanted to finally binge on Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Apple TV, whatever, right? Watch Game of Thrones. And then delete all the negativity. And I said openly that this is the hardest. I know. Deleting the negativity is the hardest because the news is scary. I don't care where you're getting your news from, whether you're getting it on TV or if you follow social media, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter. The news is scary, right? And something that I've always said, you are in control. You got to fight for your peace. And if that means filter out, just get what you need and keep moving. Don't pay attention to what the people on your feed are sharing. If it's not reputable, honestly, before you react, before you let it take you to a place, check the source. Is it coming from someone reputable? If it is not, please trash it and keep moving. Okay? Control, Alt, delete. And I will see you guys next week.